guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I've been gone for a little while, but I am back. You know, it's October, it's getting closer and closer to Halloween, so I wasn't going to be away for long. I was coming back. Okay? So today's look is going to be obviously a Halloween look. It is going to be honestly, I say cliche because it is, everyone does a freaking clown face at some point during Halloween. So I am doing the clown faced makeup, obviously putting my own twist on it. And I'm just starting out with my, oh, you know what? I'm sitting here talking and I forgot to say the most important part. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please go down below and hit the subscribe button. You already know the drill. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. If you're not new to my channel, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching my videos. Moving on. So obviously, as you can see, here I am. I started off with my eyebrows. I kind of just did my eyebrows normal. But I mean, looking back on it, I feel like I should have done colored eyebrows, but it's fine. You know, I'll be doing another look soon. So yeah, but I just did my brows like normal. I did go a little bit heavier on the concealer because, you know, it's time for a brow cleanup. And I needed to cover up my brow hairs. And now I'm priming my face. I am using the Dr. something illuminizing primer for my face, and then I am taking my P.Louise eyeshadow base in the shade room number 0.5, and this is the lightest. Well, I don't know if it's the lightest in the collection, but it's the lightest that I have from the collection in the P.Louise eyeshadow bases. And I love these eyeshadow bases. They are so amazing. They don't have to be set. They are perfect. All right. So yes, I'm setting my eyeshadow. Sorry, I'm setting my eyelids with this white base because I want the colors in this palette to really pop. So today's palette, I'm going to be using the Bright Mattes palette from Beauty Bay. And honestly, guys, this palette is amazing. It's a 42 shadow palette, and it is like all the colors of the rainbow. And they're matte, they're nice and pigmented, they blend really well, and I'm super happy. And it wasn't even too expensive. I got it for $20 off of the Beauty Bay app. I do highly recommend it. If you don't know about it, check it out. I already told like 4 of my friends about it. One of them already bought it, and it's just a great palette, especially if you love working with color, doing Halloween makeup or anything like that. It's just a great palette. All right, so I am starting off with the shade Paradise, and I'm using that as my transition shade. So whenever I'm doing colorful looks, especially if I'm working around the same color family, I like to start from light to dark. So the lightest blue is called Paradise. So that's what I'm using as my transition shade to start off with. And the next shade that I'm using in my crease is called Pacific Dreams. I was about to say specific. Did anyone else have trouble saying that word growing up, or is it just me? Just me? Okay. So yes, I'm using Pacific Dreams in the crease of my eye, and I'm actually blending it out in my inner corner and outer corners because I'm creating a halo for this look. And I'm going in a couple times with this color because I really want it to be, well, I don't want it to be super, super dark. That's why I'm not putting as much pigment on the actual brush, but I do want it to be a clear, you know, like difference is like an ombre effect. I want it to be noticeable that it's going from light to dark. So I'm really working that in my crease. Sorry, I was listening to music during this filming. So forgive my my random dance breaks in between. So now to help create that halo, I am taking the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I don't know what the shade is called, but I know it's white. Like it's a cream color. And I'm using that to define the halo. There's a couple different ways to achieve this look, but this is, I feel like, one of the easier ways to do it. So now I'm taking a buffer brush just to help kind of diffuse it and to kind of blend out those harsh lines that are around it. And then on top of that, I'm going in with the shade Heat Wave, also from the Bright Matte palette. Now, this whole look, I'm using the Bright Matte palette. So just so I don't have to say this again, I'm using the entire palette. Well, sorry, I'm not using the entire palette. I'm using colors from this palette. I'm not using any other palette. So yeah, so I'm taking the shade Heat Wave. As you can see, it is a nice orange color. And I'm putting that in the center of my lid. I'm using a flat shadow brush. So before I blend it out, I'm just placing the shadow where I want it to go. And then I'm going to blend it out. And now I'm taking a little bit more of that shade Pacific Dreams, and I'm placing that in the crease, inner corner and outer corner, because I did lose a little bit of that pigment when I went and applied the orange color. Now, if you can see, I went and tight lined my eyes with a gel black liner pencil, and I did that off camera because I always do it off camera because it is not pretty, okay? Tight lining my eyes is probably the worst experience when I do my makeup. So now here I am putting on my foundation. Now this isn't anything really serious. So basically I'm going to put on foundation. I'm going to do a little bit of shading, and then we're going to get to the fun part. So for now, I'm just going to let you guys see the rest of the process because there's not really much to explain. I'm just kind of going through the motions. Foundation, a little bit of a bronzer to shade my face, some highlight, and then we're going to get down to business. Now we're getting closer to the fun part. So here I am smoking out my lower lash line using the first color is called Stormy Night, and it is a deep navy blue shade. And I'm using that first under my eyes, and then I'm taking Pacific Dreams and Paradise, and I'm blending right below that to kind of like create another like ombre effect from dark to light. And here I'm just taking a liquid liner pen and just lining the top of my lash line so that my eyelashes, my false lashes, blend better. And then obviously I'm going to do mascara so that all that blends well together. Ladies and gentlemen, we have gotten to the part that is, well, to the part that matters. So here I am using the SUVA Beauty Neon Hydro Liners, and this is in the shade Acid Trip. Now, there's going to be a little bit of a not confusion, but there's going to be something weird that happens here because as you can see, I'm using Acid Trip first to start creating the lines. But I ended up not using Acid Trip to finish the lines. I don't know why. I kind of had the idea in my head to just go ahead and do a black lip and then continue the line in black. So I just kind of covered up. You'll see, I covered up the Acid Trip, although I feel like it would have been really cool if maybe I kind of did both the colors, but you know, we have time for that. We have time for that. So yeah, here I'm just using the SUVA Beauty 620 brush, and that is a very fine pointy liner brush, and I'm using that to create these lines. Now, if I haven't explained in videos before, I can be super OCD when it comes to creating lines, and sometimes my lines just never come out right, and it just bugs me. So as you can see, this first time I was not happy with the way the lines turned out, so I kind of just kept going over it until the shape got better and it evened out and all that stuff. And I apologize for I apologize for this part because I realize now that I wasn't the best at making sure that you guys could actually see because my mirror is like covering most of the time. So I apologize, but just know that here I am correcting my lines because it was really bothering me that they were lopsided. And one side was bigger than the other, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, so I did actually had to cut a lot of footage out because it probably took me about 15-20 minutes just to correct these lines. Now I'm creating the triangle. So the reason why I did the lines in the first place was to be a guide so that I could create the triangles above my brow. So just, you know, obviously doing one side and then doing the other side with the line in the middle to kind of help center everything. And it did the trick, honestly. Also, this black liner that I'm using is also from SUVA Beauty. It is also part of their Neon HydroLiner collection. And this one is in the shade Grease, and it is a matte black liner shade. Now what I'm doing here is I'm taking both the shade Heat Wave and the shade Pacific. Did I say that? Yes. Pacific Dreams. I'm taking both those shades and I'm using it to shade the lines that I did, just to add a little bit more shadow, a little bit more depth, and just so that the lines aren't like super perfectly straight. Not in like the alignment, but like the actual line itself. So it's just like a little bit more smudged out. Now you are about to witness me try and figure out what I can do next to add to this look, because I can just get so extra with things like this, and I just want to just go all out. So I'm sitting here trying to figure out what I should add. So at first I thought, oh, maybe some orange freckles, and then I was like, no, that'd probably look weird. I mean, yes, clowns are weird in general, and obviously Halloween makeup is supposed to be weird and odd, but I just wasn't feeling the orange freckles. So I went ahead and added dots to the triangles, and I thought it gave it a really cool effect, because I wanted to add something else orange to kind of accent the orange halo, just so that it didn't look like I just randomly was like, oh, let me just put orange in the middle. I wanted it to correlate with something else that I had on my face. So I also went ahead and added the dots to my lips as well. Super cute, I know. And to make it a little bit more animated, I used the white liner from SUVA Beauty called Space Panda, and I just added like some shiny spots. Now I'm taking the shade White Lies and I'm putting that under my brow bone to kind of highlight it just a little bit. I was going to add some glitter up there, but then I was like, nah. Now I'm doing blush. So, but instead of actual blush, I'm actually using that shade that I use in my halo, Heat Wave, and I'm adding that to the upper part of my cheekbones as blush. So yes, I felt super innovative. I know I'm not the first person to do that, but I'm just saying. I felt super innovative. And there you have it, guys. So that basically completes the look for today. I'm going to be doing another 7-day makeup challenge starting on Monday the 19th. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this look. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.